Alright, before we do a band report, I got a stack of magazines in my way. If you remember yesterday, this is where all the guitar equipment was. So what I got now is I'm going to get rid of this cab later today. Um, I mean, I guess I could keep it and get rid of that one. I'm going to have to play around and see which one does better. But so this is the amp I decided to keep. Um, I could have just kept the combo amp, but the combo amp actually occupied that entire space right there. So they didn't want to buy the guitar that I took them, but it had a pretty good scratch in it right here. It was otherwise kind of a, I don't know, maybe $500 or $600 guitar new, which means it should have been worth about 150. But anyway, when you get scratches in them, bad ones, they don't want them. And that other guitar had stickers and all sorts of stuff all over it. And it was one of these ones where, like, somebody tried to make it look punk rock and they trashed it. A chip in the paint right here. So, because it had this, like, funny scratch, it didn't really look like it was relic. You know, where the guys will, like, wear the guitar out on purpose, like, specifically, like, Strats, they'll take sandpaper and they'll actually sand the guitar and try and make it worn. Like, if you look at this one here, it's satin black. You can see, like, maybe it's not showing up in here. But you can see wear marks from where it's been played. Because satin black guitars will do that. The black will polish up. But anyway, so I'm down to the stuff that I can't really get any kind of chunk of change out of. That's a $199 guitar. Sometimes it goes on sale for like $179. So, you're not going to get $100 for that if you bring it into Guitar Center. You probably could sell it to somebody else for $100. And then this one here, I'm not really sure, but because it's a Starcaster made by Fender, but not a Squier, it may be worth more or it might be worth nothing. And the Ibanez is probably worth 100 to 200 maybe, and I just forgot to take it, and I'm not sure if they will want it because they changed the pickups. And I don't really want to sell it. So then I have this one, which was $127 used at Sam Ash. So I would assume with that in mind, they would sell it for probably around that again. And the way that they usually do it is, let's say the guitar is worth $100. They'll probably give you 75% of that, and then they'll sell it for whatever it's worth. So, if it was a $125 guitar, you'd probably, get whatever. But usually, that place was really high on their prices. So, this is probably a $40 guitar at Guitar Center. And then they'll put it up for 200 or something, Who knows? I'm going to get rid of these speakers. I'll put them up for sale later. But because this one's repaired, I don't know if anybody will want them. But and I may hold off a little while. But anyway, I got to clean up this area here. And then figure out what I'm going to do. I have a lot of stuff stacked right there. So we got the live stream going, and I've been using the mixer, and I'm just doing a little bit of stuff over here. There's not too much going on over here. I just got the 3000 hooked up, and I'm probably going to be, well, I've already listed it for sale. So I listed it on the high side of like 900. But I'm going to have to double check. I think that's what they're going for. I would say more realistically, about $700. I mean, it's a better radio than some of the new radios, but it's older, so it doesn't do everything they do. It's there's a reason that my newer radios are actually not out, and I'm using this. So SDR or not, third or fourth on the Sherwood list or not, I don't think that the FT710 has a better receiver than this does. I don't think there's going to be anybody on 80. It's getting close to 8 o'clock in the morning. Oh. My watch says 8. My computer says 8:02. $888? That doesn't seem like a normal frequency that I've heard people on before.
Randy, bought one of those 396, whatever those Jeeps were. Okay. You know, with the big motor in there, I guess, Hellcat motor or whatever it was. Oh, yeah, you had so much trouble with that damn Jeep, man, you finally got rid of it. Yeah, I was not surprised. I've heard other people have a lot of complaints about them. And everything they're having a lot of trouble with, I guess. They're just, I don't know. They're putting too much crap on these things now instead of just a truck, or a Jeep. They gotta have all the bells and whistles and I don't know. Yeah. Now, he's got one of those ones that look like an ugly pickup truck. And he hadn't had any problem with that one.
I don't know. I can't tell where these guys are at. Oh, there goes the inverter. So for some reason, every time that the inverter decides to switch over to the grid, it causes the UPS to go nuts. I think what's happening is the voltage is actually sagging for a minute.
Well, they're so damned expensive nowadays. It's I don't know. I don't know where all this is going, but it can't keep going this way. I'll tell you. I was paid over $100,000 for that Jeep. Oh yeah, easily. I went in when I was at the dealer last time to get my truck service. I walked around a lot and was just looking at pickup trucks. And hell, they were $50,000. Yeah. I mean, just for a stinking pickup truck.
Been like that for a while.
I mean, it's just nuts. Personally, I think we're going to go into a hell of a recession. Well, I don't know. The economy don't act like that, but you never know. Oh, they said just dropped another quarter point there, and the stock market took off again. Hell, a Dow went over 48 yesterday.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. That's crazy. That's all right. I'll take it.
Was it up or it went down? Anyway, we got some activity on here. I don't know where they're at.
China goes, and that'll say a lot.
Yeah, it seems like stuff is mellowing out. He just, you know, when he talked, or when Trump talked about it, you know, he just hung on. He goes, it'll get a little rough, and he goes, it'll all smooth out.
Well, the only thing.
Is that a scratch? Thought I had a scratch on the VFO. They did use a pretty cheap VFO knob on this. Like, it's not really, it's plastic. And this part doesn't even spin like some of them do. It's not like weighted or anything really. There's like all this section of the band, it really just doesn't get used. I mean, I've had my extra pretty much since day one, and I've never really talked down in the extra part of 80 because there's just never anybody there. Or if there is, they don't want to talk to me.
Surprisingly, they did require you to leave your backpack. They didn't want you to bring stuff out on that skywalk circular glass overview. But you could take your cell phone, and so you could take your own pictures. So that was interesting. That was not a thing. And I'll leave it with this. The glass walkway has been so used that it's pretty constant. I mean, you do wear booties over your feet, but I was amused because you could tell there were some people who were overdoing it and acting like they were dizzy and they couldn't believe they were walking on this clear glass over this huge chasm, and they were hesitating and acting, you know, nauseous and scared. And the funny part is, of course, the glass is so scratched up and faded and dirty that it just looked like you were walking on cement. You could see through vaguely, but I noticed, especially the guys that were there on dates, they were saying, you know, the nervousness and also that their partner would hold their arm and keep them going. So that was cute. But it was clearly, you know, uncalled for. But hey, good strategy. KA4A, I may be at the bottom. Good morning. Yeah.
Not. George Gregg.
Yeah, good morning. Lars, quick question for you. And I'm just checking. Are you running your typical remote transmitter? Is this the normal remote? Yeah, I am, and you know, you're quite low. So there must be
It's conditions, Greg.
from that part over. Okay. Well, the reason I was asking, Rocco, is you're 10 dB over S9, and Lars is like down about an S4. And you guys are coming from pretty much the same direction. Anyway, good morning to everybody. And I'm blaming today's propagation on 3i Atlas, just to let you know. It's all about the comet. Anyway, let's send it over to M6XT and our
Comet. Well, the K is that at 5.3. X-ray is B7.8 right now. So it actually doesn't really look that odd.
As you're aware of it. Man, there's more stuff up there.
Yeah, we're getting to figure out.
So I would say this band is still doing pretty good this morning.
Brilliant. And now moving to dinner, yeah, that sounds great.
Imagine that there should be some activity on 20, according to the ham clock. Unless it's just all FT8. Well, I woke up at 5:30 and I said, nope, I'm not getting up. Woke up at 6:30. Said, nope, not getting up. So I got up at 7:30 today, guys. Trying real hard to stay on this schedule, which it hasn't been too hard to do lately with all the crazy drama going on and driving back and forth to sell stuff. Well, there's people on here, but nothing real strong. You don't usually hear a lot of people on 15 meters. "15 meters is a pretty big band. Let's see if we got anything on 10. Just go up to the top of those. There's usually not anybody up here in the morning. I heard something. I believe I am hearing a few faint stations. We'll go to the bottom and we'll switch over to the beam. Alright. Let's switch over to the beam. You can hear it come up a little bit, sound-wise. It says there's 24 people on 10 meters for digital. You would think there'd be some DX on here. I hear something right here. Thought I did. You know, guys, I don't know. Doesn't look like 10's really open here where I'm at. But the ham clock says it is. It shows 25. Alright, guys, that's the ham radio report.